Aligned with its mandate to ensure strict adherence to examination procedures and to curb malpractice, the Office of Education Quality Assurance, OEQA, has commenced the monitoring of the ongoing Basic Education Certificates examination across the state. Speaking during a monitoring visit to New Era Girls Junior High School, Surulere, the coordinating director of OEQA, Remy Abdul, reiterated the office's commitment to upholding examination integrity in both public and private schools of the tertiary level state. Statutory empowered to ensure that all schools conform to established examination rules and regulations, thereby promoting a seamless and credible examination process. Abdul emphasized that the state government takes a firm stance against any form of examination malpractice, underscoring Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's vision of leaving no child behind and the quest to deliver equitable and high-quality education across the state. He pledged that the observations gathered during the monitoring exercise would be compiled into a comprehensive report and submitted to the Commissioner of Basic and Secondary Education, JAM. Productivity. Commissioner for Finance, Abayomi Uluyomi, has hosted a special hangout tagged Thank God It's Friday for members of staff of the Ministry of Finance and its affiliated agencies. The event, held at Alausa, Ikeja, brought together personnel from the State Treasury Office, Debt Management Office, Office of Valuation, Office of Special Advisor to the Governor on Taxation and Revenue, and the Ministry of Finance, in a relaxed and fun-filled atmosphere. According to Oluyomi, the hangout was designed to promote team spirit, encourage interagency networking, and ultimately improve efficiency and effectiveness on the job. On his part, Special Advisor to the Governor on Taxation and Revenue, Abdul Kabir Ugumbo, commended the Commissioner for the thoughtful initiative, describing it as a positive way to bond beyond the office walls. Also, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Finance, Mohammad Tajuddin, who said the hangout aims to foster collaboration and cooperation among the workers for the success of the ministry, urged members of staff to see themselves as one big family. The highlight of the day included exciting activities such as Miss Finance 2025 contest, icebreaker games, and several competitions with numerous staff members winning prizes. And now to the rest of the stars. The federal government has formally set 16 years as the minimum age for admission into Nigeria's tertiary institutions. Minister of Education Tunji Alausa announced this during the 2025 policy meeting of the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAMB, held in Abuja. Alausa, while declaring the meeting open, emphasized that age benchmark is now official and non-negotiable. He warned that any admission carried out outside the Central Admissions Processing System, CAPS, would be considered illegal. The minister stated that heads of institutions found culpable of admission fraud or circumventing CAPS would be prosecuted in accordance with the law. The annual policy meeting sets guidelines for the conduct of admissions into universities, polytechnics, colleges of education for the coming academic session. Meanwhile, heads of universities have set the 2025 minimum admission benchmark for universities at 150. This came to the fore at the 2025 policy meeting organized by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board. With the decision, JAMB will no longer permit any university in the country to admit candidates who score below 150 in the 2025 Unified Tertiary and Matriculation Examination. foreign news, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has agreed to replace Ukraine's ambassador to the United States, Oksana Makarova, during a phone call with the U.S. President Donald Trump. The two sides are in talks over possible successors who would need approval from both countries. The current ambassador, Makarova, who has served as ambassador in Washington since 2021, has been criticized by some Republicans for being too closely aligned with the Democratic Party. Her replacement could be an attempt by Zelensky to appease U.S. during a time for Ukraine. Earlier, Washington withheld previously approved arms deliveries as Russia continues heavy missile and drone strike more than 3 years into its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. And in the sport, 21 players have arrived at the Super Eagles camp in Ikenne, Remo, Ogun State, as the team began preparations for the 8th African Nations Championship. CHAN Eagles camp opened on Monday at the Remo Stars Sports Institute, with 21 players participating in the team's first training session. Meanwhile, Nigeria CHAN runners-up in 2018 are placed in Group D of the 19-nation competition. But just before we go, stay alive. Make use of pedestrian bridges where available. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Solo administration supported 3,673 businesses with 1.156 billion naira and a plethora of interventions, including grants, mentorship, business advisory, and capacity building, as well as market access opportunities? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. In line with its mandate to ensure strict adherence to examination procedures and to curb malpractice, the Office of Education Quality Assurance, OEQA, has commenced the monitoring of the ongoing Basic Education Certificate Examination, BECE, across the state. The federal government has formally set 16 years as the minimum age for admission into Nigeria's tertiary institutions. We also told you that Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has agreed to replace Ukraine's ambassador to the United States, Oksana Makarova, during a phone call with the U.S. President Donald Trump. And in the sport, 21 players have arrived at the Super Eagles camp in Ikenne, Remo, Ogun State, as the team began preparations for the 8th African Nations Championship, CHAN 2025. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Adesanya Ejoyuka. I am Sarah Adesanya.